have a question for you out there. Have you ever heard of something called a green pregnancy?
Green. Well, it's about starting your baby off on a healthy foot. Judith Schuler is here to tell us more. You know, our executive producer Ken joked that a green pregnancy is not giving birth to an alien.
Oh, that could be one way to look at it.
Yes. If anyone knows Ken Carr, you know that's his kind of humor. Right. But what is really green pregnancy?
Well, a green pregnancy is when a couple or just the pregnant woman decides that they want to make choices and take action that's going to be good for the environment during their pregnancy and even continuing on until after baby's born. So it's just thinking about the environment and the things that you're going to be doing.
So what can you give us an example of what are some of those things that women that are pregnant could do while they're pregnant and after that?
Oh, there's so many things. We know we want you to reduce, reuse, recycle. Things like taking your own bags to the grocery store, buying the energy efficient light bulbs. You know, we want pregnant women to drink lots of water. Don't buy it. Buy a good metal container or a BPA-free plastic container. Take your own water from home. You know, you get a low-flow shower head. Use green products. There are even green, you know, there are a lot of green household products, but there are even green personal products. One thing we want you to do is check the green household products, because just because they're green does not mean they're safe for pregnant women. So
that's a good tip.
Yeah, so those are some things that you can do, and that's easy to do. Take your own bags, I mean, to the grocery store. So just think about some of the things that you might be able to do.
Well, and the bigger picture of why we're saying this is you want to have a better earth for your baby.
You do. I mean, you start thinking about those things. What can I do for my next generation? Because when you don't have kids, oftentimes you don't think about that. But when you do, a lot of times when people get pregnant, they go, ooh, how can I make this a better world? And because my child is going to live in it. But we do have a couple of things that we want to warn you about reusing. One of the things we recommend is never, ever, ever use a used car seat. Always buy your baby a new car seat. If you get it from somebody else, I mean, even if you've had it for your previous child or your sister had it or something, parts could be missing, there could be a recall. If you get it from somebody you don't know, it could have been in an accident. You know, so we want your child to be as safe as possible in the car, and the best way to do that is to buy a new car seat for every single member of your family. The other thing is, a lot of people use cribs because they're expensive to buy, and you might not want to, you know, buy one if you're just going to, you know, use it for a short time. If you're going to buy a used crib, or somebody's going to let you borrow one, see if a soda can will pass through the bars. If it doesn't, then it's safe. Okay. If a soda can, then it's not safe for baby. There's too much room in between the slats. The other thing is, when you're putting it together, a lot of times people take cribs down and put them in the garage or in a shed or something. Make sure all the parts are there. There's no more horrible thing than to hear a crib crash and a baby, you know, start crying because it's in the crib. So, you know, make sure everything is super tight and put together right, and you have all the parts. So those are some things that, although we want you to reduce, reuse, and recycle, there's some things we do have some warnings about.
And I just have to say, I was talking to my sister who is trying to do this green pregnancy. She's got...
Good for her.
I know. I'm so proud of her. She gardens, she cans all the food from the garden.
Wonderful.
She makes her own soaps and cleaners and everything like that. And she's going to be using the reusable diapers. Well, she was also talking about baby wearing. Instead of the stroller. I mean, you can spend thousands of dollars on a stroller. I mean, one, you could press a button and then it, you know, unfolds and folds itself up. But if you're baby wearing, that really adds that sense of security there for the baby. And then you're spending, you know, maybe
less money.
Right, $100 on something that you can use every day while you're vacuuming or going to the store.
Gives you much more physical contact with your baby. And there's some things you can do. You know, she can ask to have green pregnancy shower or you know, baby shower. And you can get all sorts of things. You can also do things like select cotton and good things like that for baby. But one thing, let me just get this in. If you are breastfeeding, this is very important. If you're going to breastfeed, please take 1,200 milligrams of calcium per day, because that helps take the lead out of your breast milk.
Okay.
So,
well,
Judy,
thank you so
much. We always love your tips. That is so great. And if you want to learn more about your pregnancy, just go online to yourpregnancybook.com.